Caddonfell. An unexpected spear of pain shivered through his body. He shook, burning inside. Edward. Edward, his closest boyhood friend, only a year younger than Gabriel. They'd played together on the Hardcourt estate before Edward had inherited his dukedom, his Caddonfell lands, all that the title entailed, and promptly ran away to London, dropping his responsibilities like a glove. Before Edward had abandoned him. So many innocent letters sent in those first years when Gabriel had still believed in their friendship, their kinship. All unanswered. No, best not to think of that. He was dying after all. Best not to submit his weakened body to all the strange, unwelcome feelings Edward still aroused in him. Best to die in something approaching a state of grace. Still, how utterly unfair. Edward, living a shameless life. Upon discovering desires like his, a man was meant to banish them, by marriage if at all possible, or by, say, living the harsh life of a country vicar in a parish teetering on the edge of complete chaos. Gabriel panted out a feverish, desperate laugh. This was his state of grace. It hurt to think about Edward, hurt almost as much as his body did now, racked with fever on a damp flower bed. He'd done his damnedest to forget it. Forget Edward, even as he read all the sly allusions to his exploits that ran through the London gossip rags Caroline brought him. But memories of the tall, blonde, sarcastic youth still clung to his bones. Haunted him even. Those memories made him do things like walk up the handsome drive of Hardcourt House, the magnificent, empty home of the Stanhope family, checking if there were any small jobs the seasonal workers had missed. He'd never needed keys. He knew the loose stones in the wall that ringed the property. He'd never told Morton, the groundsman, about them. A small sin kept to himself. Sometimes he even made his way to the old gamekeeper's cottage deep in the heart of Hardcourt Woods, where he and Edward had been allowed to watch rare birds with the vicar. Gabriel spent more time than he should in that tiny, cramped cottage, looking out of the dirty windows at the distant shape of Hardcourt House, waiting to see if maybe, just maybe, the Duke of Caddonfell had returned to the most beautiful of his properties after 10 long years. Fizzing, wheeling stars exploded behind his eyes. All thoughts, even crazed ones, were slipping away. Gabriel let his head rest against the damp soil, panting. How ridiculously fitting this was. He'd always known that Edward, how he felt about Edward, would be the death of him. He closed his eyes, waiting for the end. As he lay helpless, he was half sure he could hear the distant wheels of a carriage on the drive. Chapter 2. Bloody hellfire. Edward normally said those words with a curled lip, delighted at their effect on respectable people. Now, as he gazed in horror out of the carriage window, the expletive had the hushed quality of a prayer. This was what his land looked like after 10 years. This swamp. This drab, soggy piece of Surrey countryside was where he was expected to rusticate. Flat, mud-drenched fields full of deceptively deep puddles, nasty little breezes designed to ruin the line of one's coat. Insects? No, the devil could take the countryside and everything in it. He'd hated the countryside at 18 too. The age he had finally escaped. Escaped Hardcourt House, and all the horror both within and without. Do not even think of bolting. Bryce, his valet, sat tensely in the opposite corner. In his right hand lay a folded letter. In his left a fresh stake that he had held to his swollen jaw. I may be injured, but I'll drag you through the front door if I have to. Don't believe I won't. Edward restrained a gulp. It had seemed like such an amusing peccadillo, taking an